I think I have the tightest hamstrings in the whole entire world.
Oh, wait,
and I think they got messed up from no.
My hamstrings are so tight.
My hamstrings are so tight.
Ew, don't say it like that. Welcome to Wine About It.
Men. That's how I want to start today.
I'm sorry?
Men. Am I right?
Yeah, but in what context?
Because I was sitting here, we were just about to start, and I see my snack cabinet, which is kind of gross, and I need to get rid of my snack cabinet. It's not very aesthetically pleasing. And anyway, there's these rice cakes, and I need you to 1 second and just believe the audacity, eye twitches, of I buy rice cakes. I eat rice cakes. I've always eaten rice cakes. And sometimes I'll eat one. Sometimes I'll steal the bag and take it to my stream room. Whatever. You know who does the grocery shopping in this house? This bitch. That's who does it.
Yeah.
This one. Hi, right. Me. And yesterday, I go, Ludwig, do you need anything from the grocery store? Because I'm so nice and kind. And I ask him if he needs anything. Because otherwise he would starve because he's a baby boy. And he goes, ooh, I need more protein shakes. And I need those protein bagels you got me. And sometimes I surprise him with cool things. I'm very nice. And then he was like, oh, and those rice cakes since you've been eating my snack.
The ones that are right there?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
I said,
who bought them? Whose money?
That's what I said. My money. That's my money. And I want it now. I said, your snack. And he was like, yeah, the rice cakes have always been my snack. And I said, no. Nothing is yours. I'd like to make that very clear.
Nothing belongs to you.
If it's on my grocery list, and it is nice of me to share with you, and I share with you all the time, but how dare you be like, you ate my rice snacks? Oh, I'm sorry. And he was like, you've never eaten them. And I was like, yeah, I've eaten these since I was 100 pounds. Of course I've eaten these.
That's very strange of him. That's a crazy hill to die on.
Men.
Everybody knows you love rice cakes.
Do they?
How could he not know that?
I don't know. He was like, you've
listeners,
never eaten
you knew
them.
that, right? No, you
listeners,
knew.
we talk about it all the time.
Know. Yeah, it's actually so embarrassing that he didn't know that. It's because he doesn't listen to Wine About It, probably.
But now he's making dinner now, so I think he's realized.
Really? What is he making?
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Cutie always cooks dinner for a reference.
I don't know what's gotten into him, but he just decided to make dinner today, and he's making chicken.
Chicken? You know what my boyfriend made me the other night at 2 a.m?
What?
White rice with salt and pepper.
Ew. And just butter,
It's
I guess?
all I wanted. It's actually kind of scary because it was such a specific craving, and anytime I have specific cravings like that, I think that I'm pregnant. But it was like 2 a.m, and I was like, I want plain white rice with salt and pepper.
Was there butter on the rice?
No.
Really?
Plain white rice, salt and pepper. It was a dream. I could eat it right now. I'd be so stoked if I had it right now. It was so good.
I always have specific cravings though, so I would never be thrown off by them. Like I will want a specific brand of a specific thing.
Have you ever made a chickle?
What's on it? I assume pickle.
Have you seen chickles on TikTok?
No.
It's just cheese.
Oh,
in
wrapped
a pan
around
with a pickle. Yeah.
And it's like fried.
I haven't done it because I'm scared of having to clean the pan, and I'm scared it's gonna stick. But I do want to eat it.
I don't want it.
Okay. It's also what my boyfriend said, and it hurt both times.
Oh.
To hear that.
Oh.
I think I would like it. Also, I saw somebody bake Ritz crackers and put a little dill pickle slice and then a little piece of cheese on it and bake it. And those look really good as well.
One time I had a tea party themed birthday party. It was my 16th birthday party, and it was Murder Mystery Alice in Wonderland. And
wow, that's so crazy because you just did that.
I know. But the one I did recently, people actually showed up. So woohoo.
Yay. Nobody came. That's not true.
No. So what happened? Oh my God.
Saved.
Should we unpack?
Yeah.
Who wants to hear about my 16th birthday party? Okay. So I've always been a theme girl.
I don't think I had a 16th birthday party.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe that's more sad than yours. I'm ready.
Well, okay. So to give context, I constantly had a bit of issue with high school. I was kind of like the poor girl. I lived 45 minutes away from my high school, and my high school was an interesting demographic. It had like, it's so weird. It's like downtown. It has like some of like in the city, I guess. It has some of the richest people in the city and some of the poorest people because it's like right downtown. So it does a mix of the mansions and like the trailer park, like quite literally. Like, it's a very interesting school. So it wasn't weird to be poor, but it was weird to be a poor kid hanging out with the rich kids. Like, that was kind of, we had like I don't know of anybody else that tried to blend in with the rich kids the way I did, but I tried very hard to fit in.
Okay.
I don't know why, but even then I grew up in that poor town.
So you were like, Jenny.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like Jenny.
Like Blair.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Okay. Okay.
Quite literally. But then, so I grew up in that really poor kind of area. And then we moved to an even more like poor area because it's further away from downtown. So it's cheaper, but it was like pretty scary. But we were able to be like a block away. It was like a bigger house, but it was still seen as like a pretty sketch area. But whatever, I don't care. But I'm 45 minutes away from school now, but I want to go to that school because that's where all my brothers and stuff went growing up. And so I want to go there. So I truck in 45 minutes. But whenever people would come out to my house, they would kind of be like, ew, because they were used to going to houses that had like Guitar Hero and stuff. And I didn't have that.
Right. Okay.
So I would very rarely have people out to my house. But it's my 16th birthday. And I had a job that I like saved up money for this party, and I love themes, and so I wanted to do Alice in Wonderland murder mystery, and everyone had to show up in costumes, and everybody's invite were these big like scrolls, like I handmade all these scrolls. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There's only like 10 people invited, and everyone was assigned a character from Alice in Wonderland.
How many people came?
Well, it's complicated.
Okay.
Well, so my best friend at the time, we'll call her Brittany. Brittany shows up and she helps me set up. And I use, we have this big table that I use, and I put a bunch of different tablecloths that I got from the Goodwill on them, and then like assorted teacups and assorted chairs.
Cute.
So cute. I got like these pen flamingo, like these giant flamingo pens, and I decorated everyone little notebooks for their notes to take. It was so cute.
Cute.
And so my best friend Brittany shows up to help me decorate, and she would come over more often. So like my two best friends, Brittany and Ashley, would come over as much as living 45 minutes outside of school would, because their parents wouldn't want to take them. But now we're turning 16, getting cars, stuff like that. So she comes out early, and she's hanging up because I made these decks of cards, these giant card posters, like Ace of Spades or whatever, but with pictures of the people invited, like as the head of the jack. So it's like kind of cute decor.
Cute.
So she's hanging them up, and she's on my couch, and we had one of those big L-shaped couches that has a recliner on one side, and she's hanging it up. Her foot slides through the couch cushion, and her toe gets nearly severed off from the recliner underneath.
Okay. Did you have to go to the ER?
So then Ashley is like, oh, I'll drive her to the ER. So Ashley and Brittany leave, and I'm like, crap.
That's all of them.
That's like most of them. And then the boy I had a crush on, he was supposed to be Tweedledum. And then Ashley's boyfriend was supposed to be Tweedledee. They both decided not to come because they were too cool. So sad.
Okay. So you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down out of 10.
Uh-huh. And then, well, no, I'm there, so I count as one. I think 3 people came, if I'm remembering.
Okay. It could be worse.
Riley, you've met Riley. Riley came.
Yeah.
And
it could have been worse, you know? That's not so bad.
It's really hard to do a murder mystery with 4 people total.
Right.
Because like, who is it?
That's too bad.
But it's okay. But then Brittany and Ashley ended up coming, 3 hours late. And I can't blame her. Her toe almost got cut off.
Yeah, that sucks.
But
That's
I did
actually
make,
bad.
the reason I brought this up is because I made all of these cute tea sandwiches. And the one was just like white bread with like strawberry cream cheese and strawberry. And then other ones were like normal cream cheese and a cucumber. So cute.
I could not eat a cream cheese and cucumber sandwich. I know I've seen them on TikTok. I know they're a thing, but there's no world where I could eat that.
I worked so hard.
Dude, I hate cucumbers so much.
Well,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that's fine. I hate cream cheese, so I didn't eat them either. But they were cute.
No.
They were so
On
cute.
my 16th birthday, I've told this story a bunch of times, but my 16th birthday was my first date with that guy that I dated for 5 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a birthday date, and he surprised
date?
me with tickets. He surprised me with tickets to Great America, which is like my nightmare.
What
Because
is
it's
Great
all rides.
America?
It's a theme park, but it's not like Disneyland where there's like fun and fresh things to do that aren't riding roller
Wait, is
coasters.
it Six
It's
Flags?
just it's like Six Flags, but it's not.
Weird. It's in LA?
No,
Or California, I mean?
yes,
Hmm.
it's definitely in California.
I've never heard about it.
Yeah, Great America. It's like Six Flags, but it's not like Disneyland where it's like fun and you can. It's all roller coasters,
Yeah.
and I hate roller
I
coasters.
hate roller coasters. Yeah.
Yeah, so he surprised me with tickets, and it was way too early to like tell him that I was afraid because he like surprised me. So I was like, oh my God, that's so.
I don't want to
so
be
nice.
ungrateful.
Yeah, so then we went there on my 16th birthday, and I made it on the first roller coaster. I thought I actually was doing pretty good. I was like, okay, I can do this. Like I was on one, we like held hands on the roller coaster. I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Like this is actually a really good date. And then the second one was way bigger, and we went upside down, and I cried.
Ooh, I've never gone upside down on a roller coaster.
And I was trying really hard to hide that I was crying, but like there were tears, and they probably flew on him because he was sitting next to me,
Sad.
and he knew I was crying.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. But we still dated for 5 years.
Isn't it weird how when you're young, you just like, it's so hard to like stay true to like your identity. Like it's okay that
I
you
didn't
don't
have an
like
identity.
roller
I was
coasters.
16.
I know you don't like roller coasters,
Right.
but as soon as you meet a boy or somebody cool, you're like, oh yeah,
Okay.
I love him.
Literally right now, if anybody, not even like if I was single and it was a boy, if anyone surprised me and they're like, Maya got us tickets to this,
You would
and they were
still
like
do it?
excited about it, I probably would still go. Would you not?
Sad. I wouldn't. No, I'm so tired.
I probably would. I would probably try.
I'd be like, I'll go and have a churro, but I'm not going on any of the rides.
I might end up doing that, but I don't think I would tell them that.
Oh, I'm pretty bad. I'm bad at, I had to learn this. I don't know where my bluntness came from, but I actually regret a lot of it. Cause what happened is my freaking poor mother, if only I could apologize to her. She used to like give me presents, and my world is like, oh, I might as well like correct, like, let me tell you what I actually want. So that way next time better, you know? So like, we would always get one big present. So it was something over $100, and then like a few small presents. And that was our Christmas. And that's fine. And that's great. But my big present one year was a camera, like a digital camera. And I know there was a pink one, and she got me a silver one. And I was like, oh, thanks so much. I want the pink one actually. So then we went and returned it and got the pink one, which is fine. But then I was
That's
like,
great.
oh my God.
That's funny. I would never.
I like ruined the moment though. Like I totally, cause like I like feel bad. Like my first thing was to like critique. And so I think I've worked that out of my system, but.
Yeah, I have the opposite problem. One time I was on a road trip, and I bought peach rings from the gas station on the road trip, and I ate them, and I was like, oh, peach rings are really good. In the car. And then for like 4 years, my mom would send me peach rings to college.
Yeah.
Like, and not just like a little plastic bag, like the plastic containers full of peach rings. And I didn't even, I don't know. It was like a very short phase where I liked eating like a few of them in the car, and I didn't like them anymore.
I had a boy
And I didn't
do
tell
that
her.
to me.
I didn't tell her until she stopped doing it actual years later. And then after
That's
she
crazy.
stopped sending them, I told her, I was like, I don't really like them. And she was like, oh, how funny. That was it.
That's so,
I mean, I didn't throw them away. My friends ate them.
yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, you're in college, so
Yeah,
you had ways to get rid of them.
it's true. Yeah. And it was nice. It's a nice gesture, you know?
Yeah. Well, what'd you do last week? Milady?
I watched the Garfield movie.
Oh, was it good?
Actually, it was really good.
Dude, we
I went to go
watched
see it in
this,
theaters. It was
we
sick.
watched this thing. Did you know? Okay, have you ever heard the term tunnel of love? It's not a vagina.
As in, like,
it's just like a thing. Yeah.
Then no. I don't know.
Oh, okay. No, okay. So just because I have that weird obsession with like defunct theme parks and like just theme park lore, like I love old theme parks. So essentially, there's slow boat rides at theme parks, and back in the day, like they wouldn't have all the shit that Disney has now with like, or like whatever. You would just like kind of be on a slow boat ride, and maybe they'd have fake little stars or like like just
Like
little
It's a
things
Small
for you to
World.
look out. Yeah, kind of like way more chill, like more of like a sculpture, like a rose bush, and you get to ride past a rose bush and be like, oh, what pretty roses, because it's just like, this isn't like, these are some of the first rides ever like made. So this is like 100 years ago. So there's this theme park that I can't remember where it is. East Coast somewhere. I watched this whole thing on it. Theme park where there was a tunnel that you would go in that was like pitch black, and it became known, people would call it the tunnel of love, which a lot of these little boat rides always has like a tunnel of love because it'd have like hearts and like glitter and like I said, like the stars or whatever, but it's just supposed to be like a cute thing. But like people would intentionally go in there to make out when it's pitch black.
Making out is fine. Having sex is not.
Apparently there are people doing all sorts of things.
Yeah. Are there other
While
people
on
on
a
the
tiny
ride?
boat. Yes, it fits 4 people. There's 2
No,
rows.
that's like
Isn't that
super
crazy?
disrespectful. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super messed up.
Yeah. And so this
What
ride,
does this have to do with the freaking Garfield movie?
Wait. So this ride,
Garfield was in there having sex.
they have everybody keeps making out on this ride. Everyone keeps hooking up on this ride, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we need to like redecorate it." So then they like redecorate it to like this zombie
Garfield?
theme.
No.
And then the zombie theme doesn't work. And then
So they made it Garfield.
So then Garfield comes in and sponsors that section of the park. They remake the ride into a glow in the dark Garfield ride, and it didn't stop
It's a
people
bit
from
of
making
a-
out.
It's a bit of a turnoff, I'm afraid.
It didn't stop people
Making
but,
out in the Garfield tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that he's a sex symbol, but he is pretty funny.
It was Chris Pratt, right? Chris Pratt
Yes.
voicing another
No,
one of
the-
our childhood
actually-
heroes.
I think the cast was pretty stacked. They had like Snoop Dogg in there. I don't remember who else.
I would listen to
actually.
anything where Snoop Dogg was a voice actor.
Oh, he's so funny. It was very
He's
brief,
so
but
funny.
it was
Oh,
it was
dang
funny. Yeah, no, it was a good movie. I mean, for being the Garfield movie, it was really stupid. Do you want me to spoil it?
Yeah. Oh, spoilers.
Okay, spoiler
guys,
alert!
earmuffs.
It's in theaters, so yeah, get ready.
Come back in 2 minutes.
So, the movie starts with baby Garfield being abandoned by his father in an alley,
Yes,
and then
is it
he
so
gets
sad?
really. It's so sad.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's like raining,
I'm not gonna
and like
watch
baby
it.
Garfield is like, he's like a little ball, and he has these giant eyes, and he's like crying, and his dad's like, "I'll be right back,"
so
and then he
much to
doesn't
me.
come back.
Dude, that's so
And then-
sad.
Yeah, and then baby Garfield gets really hungry, and he smells pizza, and then he goes across the street, and John, I think is his name, right? His
Yeah.
owner
Yeah.
is eating pizza at a restaurant. So then he goes into the restaurant and gets pizza from him, and that's how they meet. And then John is like, okay, well, gotta go, like, go home. And then he starts crying, and he has this giant tears, and they make a puddle under him on top, and then he's on this takeout box, and he floats away on the takeout box and almost falls down the drain. And then John's like, oh my god, what the heck, he's gonna die. Like, he has no sense of self-preservation. So then he picks him up, and he's like, okay, you'll come home with me. So the movie starts with the premise that Garfield was abandoned by his father in an alley.
Sad. That's
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, and then Garfield gets kidnapped with the dog, and then they have to go steal a bunch of milk, and then his dad is there, and Garfield hates his dad, and then he loves his dad, and then he has to save him, and he saves him by ordering a bunch of pizza and lasagna, and it flies in on like drone delivery, and he like jumps across them and like saves his dad from a moving train.
That's amazing. My
Yeah,
doggy just
also-
walked in here.
Hello, Swift. Also, turns out his dad didn't abandon him. Get this.
What happened? He got kidnapped too?
No, when he said, I'll be right back, he was going to try to find food for him. And then he found like a little fish out of a trash can, and he like ran back with it on the top of the trash can, and he was like, look, I found food. But by the time he got back, Garfield was gone, and he looked in the window and he saw him eating pizza with his new owner. And so he watched from afar, and he was like, he couldn't get way more from this man than I could ever give him. And so he watched him leave. And then he never
watch this movie. That's so messed up. That's just too much for me.
And then he never told his son that happened. And Garfield got sent to the pound because his dad betrayed him. And Garfield was sitting there and he was like, he's always been a deadbeat. He always has abandoned me. And then Snoop Dogg, in the form of a stray cat, was like, yeah, no, that guy's me over too. All he did was go sit at his son's house outside, but he didn't even talk to his son. He'd just sit in this tree, and Mark every day, he went and watched his son through a window. And then Garfield was like, oh my God, he does love me. And he went back to his house, and then he climbed up the tree, and it's full of just like tally marks of every time his dad was there and sat and watched him eat through the window, even though he was a starving stray cat.
Too much for me. This is too much, dude.
It was crazy. And then his dad moved in with him and the dog, and now they all live together in the house.
Yeah, but all those years when that's so
There was a lot of
sad.
years. Yeah. Anyway, there's the whole movie. I spoiled it. Enjoy. I actually liked it. I think it was a good watch.
I will not watch that now.
No,
Not
but it
because
has a
you
happy
spoiled
ending.
I don't have the emotional bandwidth for Garfield's life story, it sounds like.
Wait, you know what's so annoying actually?
Stop.
And people aren't gonna get this if they haven't watched Gossip Girl, but Garfield is giving Serena
Brennan.
the whole time. It's so annoying, dude. Or no, his dad is giving Serena.
We're just like, just talk
because
to
his
him,
dad
just talk.
just explain what happened. The whole movie, he's just like, no, son, you don't understand what happened. And Garfield's like, then tell me. And his dad's like, I can't. Like, why? Why not?
Yes, you
just
can.
tell him and fix it. It's so annoying. But anyway, it was a great movie. I like going to the movies now. So I did that. And I went to a bar.
I saw that. I saw you posted pictures with Britt.
Yeah, we were
You
sitting
were
on a
wearing
giant
a hot girl
popsicle.
top.
Thank you. Yeah, it was actually really brave. It was a lot of skin, is what I'm saying. Normally, I don't think I would wear that, but for whatever reason, I was like, yeah, this is cute.
She did that night.
And
she went wild.
I wore it out and I felt fine. And then we took a picture on a giant popsicle that said, ride my rocket.
Why was that there?
I don't know. It's a photo prop, I guess.
Pride?
Also, interesting thing. I don't know if you guys are out clubbing all that often, but do you know that bars, or maybe it's just an Austin thing, I don't know, but bars have vape machines, like
What?
vending machines for vapes.
For vapes?
Yeah, I was at a bar and it had a whole vending machine, only vapes, all the same brand, all different flavors, and it was like to buy vapes, and it like makes money for sure.
Should we buy a vape vending machine?
No. I've heard vending
Oh.
machines are a really good way to launder money, though.
Wow.
Or not to launder money, to evade taxes, because you can buy a bunch of vending machines and then
Oh, it's all cash.
it's all cash. Yeah.
Ugh. I
So
want
you
a
just don't
vending
report
machine
it.
so bad.
Why?
I've always wanted one.
In your house?
I just know I want to put it somewhere and I want to go refill it and I want to collect my quarters.
You do not want to do that.
Yes, I do. I've always wanted to.
Then why don't you do it? You could do
'Cause
that.
I'm
How
so
much do they
busy.
cost?
I don't know, but I want one. I've always wanted one. So when I used to work at Old Navy, we had one in the break room and the people would come and fill it and they'd take all their quarters. And I was like, that looks awesome. I should buy one and I should put one in the break room of Old Navy's because it's just like whomst ever, they called up. They're like, hey, do you want a vending machine in your break room? They're like, yeah, for sure. And then they go and plop it in there. And I'm like, that could be me. That could be me.
What would you put in it?
Oh, such good
Vapes.
snacks. Jvapes, cigarettes,
Zins.
those mini fireballs, Zins,
Ew.
Jawbreakers, very underrated. Those
don't think
pickles
those
in
are
a bag.
Ew. I've never eaten those. I couldn't do.
I love them.
Pickles would have to, I think they have to be cold for me.
Oh,
I don't want a room temperature pickle.
I'm okay with room temperature pickles. And I don't know. I want to do a little sticker vending machine at deco den at least minimum.
That's cute.
Surprise
Have you seen
sticker.
the sprinkles vending machines in airports?
Yeah, there's some drama about those.
You would die, dude.
Why?
You would feel like you would be so embarrassed. When you go to a cupcake machine at an airport.
Yeah.
And it's a sprinkles vending machine, and you go get a cupcake from the vending machine, it plays the most obnoxious sound. And it's like, I love sprinkles. Yes, I do. Like, I love cupcakes because I'm fat, is what people feel like it says. And it just blasts in the airport, and everyone knows you're getting a cupcake.
So there's been some drama with, Cake Boss from Hoboken, New Jersey.
I used to watch the shit out of that show.
Me too. That's
I
how
just tried to avoid swearing, and I replaced it with another swear word.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's why I got into cakes. Well, it was actually Ace of Cakes and then Cake Boss.
I've seen that one as well.
Yeah. One time, this is hidden cutie lore, a lot of people don't know this, I entered a cake competition where Buddy Velasco, which I don't even know if that's his name, I think it is,
the boss
was the judge, and I got 5th.
I did not know that.
And I was, I think, 18 at the time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I still have the
I
picture.
entered a cake in the county fair one time.
You
but
did?
it was styrofoam and a fondant. It was really horrific. I don't even think I have a picture. It was really ugly, but I was really proud of it.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't win anything.
Oh, yeah. I got a picture with Buddy.
Oh my God! So you guys are friends.
You only had 24 hours from start to finish to make the cake.
That seems like a long time, not to be a hater.
Well, it had to at least be 3 feet tall.
Okay, that's crazy. That's really tall.
Let me find it. I actually have it. And you pulled a random theme. The theme I pulled was graduation. And I put in a plate, and so the globe on top rotated.
Cute. Wow. She's not messing around. Oh my God, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
What the heck? That was cake? Like actual cake?
Yeah. It was all cake. It all had to be edible.
That's amazing.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
I would like baking if there wasn't so much washing dishes and making messes. I also only want to decorate things. I don't want to bake anything. Is my issue.
Oh, that's fair. I will say when I got to that point in the bakery, it was really nice because I could conceptualize the flavors, which is something I really love doing. But then when I was a cake decorator, I would just come in and all my stuff would be ready. All my frostings, all my fillings, all my cakes, and I would just assemble and build and decorate. And it was so sick.
That's the dream. That actually sounds nice.
Yeah.
You know what you should make? A cake. You should make a cake that's a giant cigarette, and then you should put like dry ice in the tip so it looks like it's
smoking.
Smoking.
Yeah, I should do that.
Yeah. Or
and give it to somebody.
I actually don't even know. Do all vapes have nicotine?
No, I don't think so.
Some vapes have nicotine, some vapes have water vapor, weed. The ones in the machine definitely couldn't be weed.
It's definitely nicotine. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they make a bunch of money.
I did your thing for my birthday where Maya did this thing where she ordered from a 1-star bakery and a 5-star bakery.
Yeah.
And drama in the comments. People are like, wow, Cutie's so out of content. She's copying Maya.
Oh, that's crazy because I told you should do that.
I asked.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that was
you also
sad.
put a spin on it. You also did it yourself.
I made my own.
You like made the cake yourself. Yeah, I didn't do that.
They tasted awful, both of them.
Oh.
And it was triple the price of yours because it was LA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, I told you what my guesses were. You didn't tell me.
Oh, you were right on them.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
How was your birthday?
It was good. I went to a dinner with some people. We went to I went and did some deco den with my favorite craft with Sandwich and Caroline and Sam Temple.
Cute.
We did that. It was fun. I made Ludwig a phone case. And then I came and streamed the cake thing. And because Lud and I went out of town this weekend to celebrate my birthday. But then after that, I went to dinner with a bunch of people. There was me and Ludwig and Ray and Lily and Michael and Aiden and his girlfriend. Pokey didn't come because she was sick. And Will and Caroline and Hassan and Sandwich. And it was great. And we went there, except for Caroline, this wily bitch. We're all sitting there, about to be done. Hassan, also a wily bitch. Hassan goes to the waiters, tell them it's my birthday, so they come and sing the song. And I'm like, don't like that. Nightmare. Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy.
Hate that.
Yeah, I hated that. But then Caroline, right before we're about to go, this is going to be even more your nightmare. She goes, so my family has a tradition where on somebody's birthday, everybody goes around the table and says something they appreciate about them.
Why would she do that? Why would she do that knowing you too?
I don't know why she would do this to me.
That's so horrific. Oh my God.
So I'm just sitting there like, great, here we go. I don't remember half of them. I blocked out. I do remember Michael's though, because I was like, what's this guy going to say?
What did he say?
He said, I appreciate how tenacious you are. He was just
nice.
No, he was just throwing out words. He had no clue what he was saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was nice. I mean, he's nice.
I started yoga recently, and I went to a yoga class yesterday, and they didn't make us do that, but we had to go around the room and say our name and like what we were feeling. Nightmare.
Oh, no, thank you. Why would they do that?
So I don't know. I've only been to 2 classes, but
I've been to hundreds. They've never made me do that.
Yeah, we went. Also, we couldn't hear anybody because it was a huge room, so I don't know why we did this. But we went around, and then the people were like, "My name's Kathy. I feel grateful to be here."
Kathy.
My name's Sarah. I'm just needing to let go. I'm so serious. They were all like that.
What'd you say?
I said I didn't know what to say. So I was like, my name's Maya. It's my first time here. It wasn't. It wasn't even my first time there, but I didn't want to like say my feelings.
So I would either go the funny, like if I was with friends, I know I would say something to make them all inappropriate. You were alone?
Yeah, I went there alone.
Like if you were sitting next to me,
everyone
this
else
is what
there
I would
was
say.
like older.
You're sitting next to me. I'd be like, my name's Blair, and I'm currently mourning the loss of my mother, just to make you so uncomfortable to go after me.
I don't know because like my inclination would be to laugh, but I think for the safety of the people around me, I would go with it. I think I would just like I think I'd just nod. I'd be like,
I would just try to make you so uncomfortable. I'd be like, I'm feeling like my hemorrhoids are itchy today.
You'd be like, my name's Maya. And you're like, I'm feeling really gassy.
That's crazy that they had you do that. You got to find a new class.
It was so strange. Yeah, maybe. The rest of the class was good, but yeah, that was a little nightmarish for sure.
I did go on a run today.
Why?
Oh my God.
Ew, I hate running.
I would just want to be skinny so bad.
How was it?
I found a hack. Genius.
Okay.
Started the Eras tour, right?
You ran for 3 hours.
No, but I finished the Lover set, and then tomorrow I'll do the Fearless set, and then the next
That's
day.
very cool.
Well, it'll be Fearless plus Speak Now because it's a little short, but anyway.
It would make me hate Taylor Swift, though.
Oh, I love it.
I'd be running, and I'd be like, will this bitch get on with it? Like, I'm so sick of this.
That's
the last
so
time
funny.
I ran was 2 years ago, probably. And I ran 1 mile, and it was horrific. I didn't want to do it again.
I was rocking out. I was like dancing. I was like, he looks so pretty like a devil, it's you. And you're like in LA, so no one, like, you look insane. It doesn't matter.
You were not singing that out loud.
Was singing it. I was doing the dance moves. I remember at one point I put my hand up because I was like, he looks so pretty like a devil, it's
good. You know what? Good for you. That's awesome. If I saw someone doing that, I'd be like, let's go. I would. I'd be happy for them.
I think it was fine and brave of me.
I think that's brave and fun. I took up yoga to exercise, but I don't know that I'm actually exercising. I don't know. You just kind of stretch. At least in the class I did yesterday.
That's how I feel about most yoga. But if you do a hot yoga or a core yoga, then
I don't.
But I
want
mean, even
to.
regardless, restoration yoga is exercise to an extent. Stretching is still exercise.
I
It's
do
not
need
like
to stretch
cardio,
more.
but it's like, yeah, it's still good for you.
I'm actually ashamed of how flexible I am now compared like high school, man.
Oh my gosh.
I was so flexible. It was like a thing. Like I was God, I can't touch my toes.
Yeah, I can't touch my toes. I think I
got
have the
work to do.
tightest hamstrings in the whole entire world.
No. Wait.
And I think
was
they
that
got
flex?
messed up from no. No.
My hamstrings are so tight.
My hamstrings are so tight.
Ew, don't say it like that.
My cheerleading coach in high school used to have us do a thing where I'm using the wall. We'd scoot our butt up against the wall and you put your legs against it and then gravity would slowly stretch so you could do the splits one day.
What?
So we do
Put
it
your
for like
butt
10
up against
minutes.
the wall?
Yeah, and then your legs go up like my fingers.
Oh, you're laying down on
Yeah.
your back.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
And so we just lay
I-
there. And I think it did damage. I think it made my hamstrings
That
worse.
seems like it's bad for your hips.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's messed up.
Huh. Yeah, I went to yoga. I started yoga because I have really bad lower back pain. It's actually becoming a problem in my life. It hurts throughout the day. Today, first day in a very long time, it actually just bothered me throughout the day, which is very concerning.
Oh my
Because
God,
normally
you're
it's
so
just
old.
I know. Normally it's just when I sit too long or I like lay down the wrong way. But today it was like, oh my God, my back is killing me. I
You
need to
probably
do
have
something about it.
sciatica.
Sciatic, yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Sciatic nerve pain. I don't know.
Yeah. So
But
you
I
gotta
went
get
to a
roller
doctor.
ball.
I told you this. I went to a doctor a while, like ages ago for this, and she just gave me a painkiller and a muscle relaxer. And then I took them for a week, and like it didn't hurt for a week because I was on a painkiller and a muscle
Yeah.
relaxer. And then I ran out, and now it's the same, obviously, because I didn't do anything.
Yoga will help. Also,
Maybe.
building your muscles, the muscles in your back. Like you might have to do
I
some
don't know how to
weightlifting.
build. No,
I'm sorry.
I don't like weightlifting.
But it does help your back.
I can bench the bar.
Well, you're going to have to do a whole hell of a lot more than that.
No, I don't want to. I don't know. We'll see if yoga fixes it, and then I'll get a chiropractor.
You chiropractors are okay. Mixed feelings about chiropractors. I know multiple people. This sounds crazy. I know I sound like a crazy person on TikTok, but I know multiple people that have died from going to a chiropractor and getting their neck.
Personally?
Yes.
You personally know
Yes.
multiple people who
Yes.
have died
3.
via chiropractor.
3.
You do not know 3
Yes, I
people
do.
who have died personally.
How? What do
Friends
you-
of friends.
Yes.
One of them.
One of no. 3. Well, 2 and then 1. Okay, I'll explain. First one is a girl. Well, this one's not a friend, so this doesn't count. But a guy on The Bachelor, his like brother or something died from it.
Okay, so personally, you know.
But then person I do know was one of my old friends, Molly. She had a boyfriend that died from it. And then my old acupuncturist, her sister died from it.
Like, because they broke their neck?
No, they adjust their neck and it can cause this
Like
aortic aortic something where like the main vein that goes into your head from into your neck gets detached and you essentially internally bleed out in that area and they don't know until you pass out and then you can't tell unless they do an MRI or a CT scan with contrast. Because usually if they do a CT scan on your head, they don't do contrast because they're just looking to see if there's holes or whatever. But you have to do contrast to see if blood is leaking somewhere because they wouldn't think that there'd be an issue there. So anyway, if we go to the chiropractor, just don't get your neck adjusted.
Well, now I don't want to go.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
But my cousin, okay, yeah, I've seen people say chiropractics are a scam, but like my cousin's a chiropractor. I don't know her that well, to be fair, but like, I don't think she's like
Ask her
evil.
how many people she's killed.
Like, I don't think she's a scammer. I mean, she went to school for it. She like got certified for it. I don't think she's like, from all I've seen, it seems like she believes in it. I had my horse get a chiropractor once.
My sister has to go. I've gone, but I haven't gotten my neck done. I went to this weird, I don't even know what this is. Okay. So when I was in the pits of my anxiety and I couldn't figure it out and I was like convinced that it was something else. This is when I was first having panic attacks. And when you first have panic attacks every single day, you're like, I'm just dying and you want any solution in the whole entire world. So I was like going to therapy. I was going to acupuncture. I was on meds. I was doing everything I could and I still wasn't getting better. And so I found this weird alternative doctor that was a mix of chiropractor and a mix of like muscle work. Like, I don't even know. It was so weird, dude. You'd go in there and he'd be like, doink, doink. And then he'd be like, push against my hand. And you'd push against his hand, you know, like full power, like blah, blah, blah. And then he'd be like, doink, doink, like literally just tapping places on you. Doink, doink. And he's like, now push against your hand. And then you have no muscle work. Your muscle doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't.
So it's just like some pressure point thing. And that helps you?
And then he goes doink, doink, doink. And he goes, push against your hand. And then you can push again. And he's like, okay, I've realigned you. And you're like, what? It was so weird.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. That seems scary.
It was weird.
Seems like too much power.
And he did, and you know what's funny? This is the weirdest thing, is I sleep, I do this shape with my leg when I sleep.
Yeah.
I do,
okay,
I'm the
same.
P. Yeah, I'm a P.
Mm-hmm.
And so I cinch, my intestine is technically cinched right here, right?
Okay.
Because your leg is lifted up, so your tummy is
Sure. Yeah.
cinched. Uh-huh.
Do you want like marinara sauce or like tomatoes or like pasta sauce?
Shut up!
Pasta?
Rice cake stealer. We're busy.
Do I want pasta sauce in my pasta? Yeah. What did you make?
It's like a chickpea pasta, I don't know.
Chickpea pasta. Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
I said, what do you make? He said, a chickpea pasta. I don't know.
Okay.
How does he not know if he just made it?
You know, this is really hard for him.
Anyway, so I'm in there and I'm laying down flat and he starts like feeling my tummy. He goes, oh, you have a kink in your intestine on this side. And I was like, oh, and he's like, do you sleep crossed over? And I was like, yeah. And then he like messed around with it and he was like, okay, it's gone. Weird.
The chiropractor that saw my horse when he was inspecting is not the right word. When he was, checking him out, whatever. He was like, he asked how long I'd had him, and at that point I'd had him for 5 years, which means I was the only person that was riding him for 5 years. And he was like, I can tell you prefer going to the left, like while you're riding, and I do prefer going to the left. I'm right-handed, but I'm like left-hand oriented, you know, like I shoot left in hockey and like whatever. So I like riding to the left in circles. So we would do like a lot of left-handed stuff, and also I'm more balanced going to the left than the right, and it like changed the muscles in my horse's back. I feel really bad because I was the only one riding him for 5 years. Yeah, so he had to be adjusted to compensate for my lack of balance.
That's crazy.
And then he adjusted him and he did better. But it was interesting. He knew that. I mean, that doesn't make him magic, you know. I'm sure he could like feel the muscle tone, but it was interesting. I don't know. Now I'm not going to go to a chiropractor anymore. Maybe I'll find like a physical therapist or something.
Yeah, that probably
I'm not
makes
trying
the
to
most
die
sense.
yet.
A
I don't wanna
chiropractor
die.
or a physical therapist makes most sense. I mean, some people
Speaking of,
swear by chiropractors.
I'm pass.
Okay.
I'm pass. Speaking
He's
of
over it.
dying,
Okay.
can I tell you a crazy story?
Yeah,
that-
unless it's a dream you had where I died.
No, I would never do that to you.
Great. Okay.
And
Unless
it's
no,
literally
you have to do that because if it's a dream and it's a premonition, you have to be like, hey, avoid
dreams are
flying.
premonitions, dude.
But if you
It's
do
not.
have one, if I do die in it in a weird way, tell me to like avoid taxis or whatever. You know.
You really
just
want me
in
to do
case.
that? Even if I don't
Yeah.
believe that that's gonna happen?
Yes. If I die
Okay.
by a weird taxi, you gotta like text me and be like, hey, avoid taxis for a little bit.
Okay, I've never had a dream where you died. So
Okay,
if
well,
that makes you
In
feel any better.
case.
Okay. I'm literally just repeating a story from another podcast. This is like super lame of me. But it was a TikTok. I'm just gonna repeat what I said from the TikTok. It was a podcast, two guys. I don't know their names, unfortunately. One of them was talking about his sister's friend who went on a date. And she went on a date with this guy from Tinder or something, like they met online. And I don't know if I believe this, but I don't know. This is a crazy thing to lie about. They went on a date together. The date was super normal, fine. It was their first date. And then she went home with him. And when they got back to his house, he asked if she wanted a massage. And she thought it was just like foreplay, but also was feeling like a little weird about it. She's like, this is a little much first date, like whatever.
Yeah, but then he uses vegetable oil and starts warming up the oven.
He used lotion
Okay.
and started massaging her on her shoulders.
Uh-huh.
And she was just like, just like a weird feeling. Like, I'm just not into it. And she left. And then the next day she had a really bad rash. And she went to the ER because she had just like a rash all over her body. And they told her that it was a substance that's in this black market lotion for breaking down tissue. Because he was like priming her. It's exactly what you just said. Because he was like priming her, and then she had to call the police, and then they went to his house, and he had bodies at his house. Like he was a cannibal. I heard, look, I could very well be spreading misinformation, but I heard the story on a podcast on TikTok. So it has to be true.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like his sister's friend, is what he said.
I think we should lie more.
I think so too, because that's so interesting.
Intentionally.
And I could have just made that up. And
Yeah,
people
my
would be like, oh my
sister's
God, that's
friend.
crazy.
Yeah. Could you believe it? So I was talking to
Yeah.
my sister and her friend said, dude, black market lotion that breaks down what is the black market? How do you find it?
On the internet.
You just Google blackmarket.com? Like, I don't get it.
No, dude. It's just like illegal products that you purchase. Not even necessarily online. I think black market is just like
It
referencing
seems dumb that he
illegal
would let her go.
market. Yeah, it does. I'm not sure how she got out of that one.
These
It's her lucky day,
TikTokers,
I
they don't give us
suppose.
enough details.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch the whole podcast. I just saw the clip
Oh.
on TikTok.
So for all we know, there was like much more context. Oh my cat.
Maybe. Yeah. Kind of crazy. Guys, don't let first date massage you with lotion if you don't know what the lotion is. Actually, it doesn't matter if you see the bottle, because what if he put that lotion in the bottle of Neutrogena lotion?
Honestly, don't let anyone touch you ever. Starting
Don't let
now.
anybody touch you ever. Don't let anybody buy you a drink ever. Don't let anybody kiss you ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him.
Yeah.
So we went to a nice spa this weekend.
Okay.
You've never gotten a massage,
black
right?
market lotion.
Yeah. No.
I have. Have I gotten a professional massage? No.
What? I'm recording wine about it. How did you not know?
How could he not hear you talking?
Yes, please. Yeah. Maya wants to see it. I don't know. Isn't it weird that I can know what he's doing every second and he has no clue what
Maybe
I'm
he
up to?
has headphones in.
We'll see. Maybe he thought I was just like, oh, he could have thought I was just on a phone call because I am on phone calls a lot.
Maybe.
I'm
Yeah.
a big phone call girl. But you always
It's
said
true.
that you wouldn't get a massage, a professional massage.
No, I can't. I don't trust people enough, unfortunately. And if I was a man, I don't have. If it was a man, I don't have the like. I'm not brave enough to be like, I'm not comfortable with this, and then I would be super traumatized the whole time.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I tried to make friends via frickin' Meetup,
Oh, yeah.
the like app for making friends. This was recent, like within the past year or something. I tried to make friends via Meetup, and I selected this hiking group, and there were only a couple people, and I was like, some of these people are going to be no-shows for sure. Some of these people just don't show up, even though they RSVP'd. And what if I show up to a hiking trail, and it's just me and another man
And a
for
dude.
Meetup, and then we have to walk into the woods together, because I know I'm not brave enough to be like, hey, I'm actually not comfortable going on this hike with you. I would go, and I'd be so scared the whole time. So then I deleted the app.
Great. Now you have no friends.
Yeah.
No hoes.
Yeah.
Besides Britt, Peach, and Jeff.
Yep, that's it. But Jeff has COVID, so I don't fuck with him.
Oh, where did he get it? Oh, Shroud's birthday?
I don't know. It's going around
Sh-
again.
Apparently Shroud's birthday, a lot of people got it. Even Shroud got it. Shroud himself.
Ugh, that's so sad.
So thank goodness I missed.
I
It
didn't
is
know that
kind of
was
sad because
possible.
like Shroud never leaves his house.
I know, that's really sad.
Like, so that's
he was like, we're never
really evil.
hanging out with people again.
Yeah. So now he's never having a birthday again. He's coming.
Oh God.
I'll call in. Is that all right?
It's time for her
What did
dinner
he-
review,
what did he
folks.
think? Oh,
wow, that's a huge
wow.
plate. That's a huge plate of food. Wow.
So much food.
Cutie, that's enough for sure.
Maya's roasting you.
Why?
It's a lot.
No, it looks good.
It's so much
It
food.
looks really good.
We'll eat up.
Thank you. What
Good.
What is it?
It looks good.
So
What is it, chef?
We got it's a chickpea pasta.
You mean chickpea noodles? Or is there chickpeas in the pasta?
It's made of chickpeas.
Okay, chickpea noodles.
What's the difference?
Normally noodles are made with wheat.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Chickpea pasta.
Yeah, that's what I. Okay.
But it's not a noodle.
Okay.
Noodle's a different shape.
Okay, it's chickpea
Please,
fusil.
love the chef.
You know what?
Please.
I take back what I said before. I think that's a fine size, plate size. I feel bad because I feel like people are like, wait, what if I eat that much? And now I feel guilty.
Oh.
And that's fine. It's not that much food.
Maya's just panicking.
And
Okay.
then it's
That's so
roasted,
fine.
It's roasted broccolini.
A roasted
We
broccolini.
got a marinara sauce on the chickpeas.
Oh, marinara
chickpea
sauce.
pasta. And it's a chickpea. And then it's broccolini. And
Wow.
Then it's a breaded chicken. So it's not actually fully gluten free because that shit does have some panko. But I talked to you about that beforehand and you approved that.
Yeah.
So, and then bon appetit. Mwah.
Wow. What made you want to make dinner today?
Well, I don't know if I can say.
Okay, then don't say.
It was because of Mr. Beast thing.
He was inspired by.
I was feeling myself.
He was okay. Well, I was mostly saying if you were like. I painted it earlier that you were making dinner because you were just like being a sweet boy, and so it's funny that.
Well, I've been talking about doing this for a while 'cause when I came back from the challenge, right?
Right.
It's been in the
Was it
works
hot?
for a while.
It's just been in the works for a while. So we can expect this once a week.
What was his
Shit, brother,
reason?
eat it first, right? Like you want to marry yourself to every week, it might be dog shit.
Right.
What
It
was
looks
his
good.
reason? We didn't hear him.
Take a damn bite.
Maya couldn't hear. His reason is because he did a cooking challenge recently.
Okay. So he's inspired.
Take a bite. How'd that taste?
So good.
God, you gotta be the worst person on this earth to cook for.
Wait, I love
Like,
broccolini.
Hitler
That
would
has to be good.
more receptive to my meal here.
You cannot say that.
What about the broccolini?
Good. A little oily. Your Honor. No, I'm trying to help you.
Wait, the chicken is.
Wait, I
it
haven't
actually
tried the
looks
chicken.
good. Him breading chicken is very impressive. That's like 4 steps.
Thank you so much.
Chicken taste test. The way you hold your fork is good. Is that really how you hold a fork?
I have no rhyme or reason. It changes every day.
Oh. Okay. All right, that's fine. What do you think?
Tastes like chicken. What?
Wow, dude, he's gonna be so excited to cook for you all the time. He's like, this was so gratifying. This really made me feel so
good.
good about.
But it's good.
Dude.
Yeah, he doesn't believe me.
I don't believe you.
What?
I don't think any of us believe you. You're not like that.
It's good.
Okay, good. Well, that's good of him. What were we talking about? Massages?
Yeah, massages.
Okay.
So you would have hated this experience too. So normally when you go to a spa, which I will say, I love a good spa. I love a good massage. But so if you've never been, you go in, they give you a robe. You put on your robe, you go into a waiting room. Usually in the waiting room, there's like some tea and you can have some tea or some ice water or something. And you just sit there and it's quiet and it's chill. And then someone will walk in. There's usually like 2 of you in there waiting. Maybe you're just alone, but they'll walk in and they'll be like, Olivia? And you'll be like, oh, that's me. And you get up and you walk over. Or the other person in the room will be like, oh, that's me. So this place we went, like lots of people recommended it, but I think it's like just a big tourist trap because what happens is you walk out of there, there's like 20 people crowded in this room. There's not even enough to sit. And instead of just like quiet and whatever, it's just like chaos. And then they go through and they're, instead of being like, Olivia. They go to each person like, Olivia, 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 Olivia. And then the person way in the corner is like, oh, that's me. And then they walk over and instead of just like making one announcement, they go and check in with each person to see if they're, and it's like loud and it's chaotic. And then finally your massage therapist gets you and they're like, today you're doing the hot stone massage. And you're like, I think so. I believe like, yeah, like, and everyone's just confused. And it's just like, it was such a bizarre experience. And then we get in there. So Lud and I are doing a couples one. So there's 2 beds. He's getting a massage. I'm getting a massage. I get in my bed. Lud, changes and then he changes again because you can choose to keep your underwear on. Usually if you're wearing like a thong, it's really easy because it's like it's not going to be in the way, you know, because they're not going to go anywhere where the thong is. But he was wearing like briefs and I was like, you should probably be naked or they're not going to be able to get to your thighs, you know. And he was like, oh, okay. So then he stands back up and like takes his briefs off. And then as he's walking back to the bed, the lady walks in and sees him naked.
That's crazy.
I know.
There should be ways. I mean, that
usually
shouldn't
knock.
be possible.
I know.
That's crazy. That's so awkward, man.
It was
And then you have to go
awful.
through with the whole massage.
Yep.
Oh, nightmare. Yeah, I don't want to do any of that. But it probably would help me. Massages would probably help me.
Yeah, they would.
But I don't want to. I don't want to.
But it was really nice to get away because the place allows dogs too. So Swift came with us. Not the spa.
Oh, that's so cute.
But like the hotel.
Yeah. I was like, they put little cucumbers on his eyes.
Yeah.
He would be so scared.
Yeah, he'd just be shaking with the cucumbers.
Yeah. And he would let it happen too. He wouldn't take them off, but he would be so upset about it.
He'd be so sad.
And afraid.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was a nice little getaway. It was only a day, but
that's cute. Wait, did you stay somewhere?
Yeah, it was like a hotel.
Yay. Oh my god, dude, I love hotels. I love hotels more than anything.
But what specifically? Like tall
I just love that
ones or
everything is
done for you?
clean and white and done and cleaned after and away. I don't know. I love hotels. It's my absolute most privileged luxury is maybe like a couple times a year if I'm having like an absolute breakdown, you know this.
Yeah.
If things are real bad for me, I will go stay at like a hotel for a night and then come back like 20 minutes away. I'll just like go stay at a hotel and it fixes me.
Just makes you happy.
Yeah, I love hotels. All right. Well, that's the episode. I have no idea what we talked about.
Sorry, this was so chaotic, everybody.
What did we talked about the Garfield movie. We talked about
I have a whole list
massages.
too.
We talked about
like,
cannibals. Oh, I have a couple things on my list as well. We'll talk about them on the Patreon episode.
See you
I have
over
a big
on
collab.
Patreon.
I have a big collab coming up that I'll talk about on the Patreon episode.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Like and subscribe. I've never seen that water bottle. It's nice. Cute.
It's not mine.
Is it Ludwig's?
Somebody left it at our house.
Who?
I don't know.
Oh.
But it's been here for
what
a
are
few
the
months.
sticker? Okay, cat baby. California. It's not Yinglings?
No.
Interesting. Clues.
Yeah, I don't. Ooh, I spilled. I don't know who's. Ludwig said it was someone at BTS, and I was like, oh, well.
It's a good water bottle.
I've just been using it because I found it. Finders keepers, losers weepers.